Hello, great people. Welcome Hair Metal Revolution, where we're taking the music back and giving it the respect that it deserves. Today's little walk, we're going to talk about my rankings of the RATT albums. I'm talking about the first 5 with Atlantic Records, okay? That's the 5 we're talking about. The main RATT albums. And now, my rankings is my opinion, and I respect everybody's opinion. So when we go through my 5, I want you guys to get ready for the comments and put in your 5. What is your rankings? What is your number 1 RATT album? Which one do you think is the worst? Now, even though we put an album as the worst, it's a good album. It just, we're ranking them, and we have to. And I want to hear that, well, you know, they're all great. Okay. We gotta do a ranking of 5 or it doesn't work. All right, let's go to number 5. Number 5, it was my opinion, RATT Detonator album. That album was produced by Desmond Child, and to be honest with you, this is my opinion only, I always felt it was a mistake. Having him as an executive producer, having him write on the songs. Now listen. Maybe more, I don't mind him writing writing some of the songs, but if you listen to the album, it's a good album, but to me it wasn't RATT. It was too overproduced. It was too condensed. If you listen to it, it was too concentrated to keep the sound like in the pocket. And what I mean is, RATT's always been a band that's kind of raw, right? They kind of just let them play. A little sleaziness in the playing. But Detonator was too, like, I know Desmond Child did great with Bon Jovi. He did great with so many other bands with his writing and stuff. I don't think they should have went that route. Listen, Barrow Hill, whatever you think of them, I think he knew RATT. I think when he recorded the albums, they had that little rawness in it, and they just didn't have it. I'm sorry. Heads, tails, I win. Bon Jovi's on the background. It just didn't work for me. Even though I like Loving You's a dirty job, I'm the man to do it. 'Cause loving you's a dirty job, and I'm the man to do it. You know what I mean? So there are some good songs on there, but it's my number 5. So, all right, let's move on to my number 4. My number 4 is Reach for the Sky. Way Cool Jr.'s a cool song. I Want a Woman, it's a cool rock, more popish type of song. But I always tell people this. Remember cassettes, you had side 1 and you had side 2. On a record, a side 1 and a side 2. And I always told people that when I listen to Reach for the Sky, I love side 2 more than side 1. Even though side 1 had Way Cool Jr. and I Want a Junior. I Want a Woman. I want a Junior. Hey, that don't sound right. Okay. Side 2, Bottom Line. No Surprise. I mean the songs, this Bottom Line, to me, should have been a single. My opinion. That song rocks. Some things last forever, stand the test of time. It's you and me together, that's the bottom line. Come hell or high water, till the end of time. It's you and me forever, that's the bottom line. Chain Reaction. I love side 2 better than side 1, even though side 1 had the hit singles. So, kind of tells you on why maybe that album for me is number 4. All right? So now, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is Out of the Cellar. Listen, Round and Round, great solid song. Waterman, Lack of Communication, The Morning After. What comes around goes around. I'll tell you why. It's such a great album. Now, if you're putting Out of the Cellar number 3, it just tells you how great of the band is, because most people will put Out of the Cellar as number 1. But for me, it's number 3. You can never go wrong. If you never heard RATT before, I guess that's a great album to start with, because technically that is their debut album, except RATT had an EP, which it doesn't count for this top 5 because it is an EP, but it's a fantastic EP. All right, so that's my number 3. Now we're going to number 2, RATT's most underrated album, and that's Dancing Undercover. Every song riff is great. The drumming, the song Dance is, to me, should have been a rock anthem.
When it's all done, you find your tongue. You're feeling so young, no cover-ups. You're never alone if you hear the call. It's all for one and one for all.
It should have been as big as Rock and Roll All Night. I'm serious. Dance is awesome. Body Talk, top 5 RATT song of all time. Slip of the Lip, a little sleaziness. 7th Avenue. I could go on and on. The only weakest song on the album, I guess if there's a weakness, is Take a Chance. You take that one out, it's a solid fucking album. It's so underrated. I even made a video, my second video on this channel, and we played every single song on Dancing Undercover. So let's go back, watch that video. I'll put a link to it in the somewhere. I'll put a link into it, because you gotta listen to Dancing Undercover. Totally 100% pure underrated album. All right, well, I guess if you know my number 2, you already know my number 1 is Invasion of Your Privacy. I love how Barry Hill recorded that album. I love how he did Stephen Pierce's voice with a double. How did they do that? I don't know. I'm not a engineer, so I don't know the exact language. But the way he made Stephen Pierce sing on that album is fantastic. You're in Love. Now, You're in Love doesn't have like all these choruses. It's more straightforward. But that guitar riffs.
You take the midnight subway train. You're calling all the shots. You strip a lightning. You're in love.
With that, love You're in Love. And of course, Lay It Down. One of RATT's best riff they ever created. I mean, the whole album. Oh man, again, RATT was the first arena rock band I ever seen in concert. Them a Poison. So RATT will always have a special place in my heart. But again, love Invasion of Your Privacy. But my question to you guys is, what's your number 1 album? Am I crazy? Am I putting Invasion of Your Privacy too high up? Or is it number 4? Guys, I want to know. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, because great content is all around you. And remember, we're all taking this music back and giving it the respect that it deserves. Without you, without all of you, hair metal will just die. But with your guys' help, it is not, I mean, it's been stronger than most bands out there touring around the world, but we got to do something, guys. We got to get RATT back together. Get them back together. And Crosby, RIP, my friend. You're one of the greats. So beyond that, I'll see you guys next time.